Hi everyone, Rob here. Going to give you a quick overview of my Formula Ford as it sits in my messy garage awaiting the engine that I hope to acquire this weekend. And the plan is to make a series of small videos just going over all the different sections of one of these cars, and you can see for yourself how easy they are to work on and how much fun they are, basically. So this is a 91 Citation, built in the United States. Very nice fabrication from that company. The frames are steel tubing frames, square tubing, round tubing, oval tubing as required to provide a very rigid structure. Very small and very narrow to be sure, but very strong as well. One thing to consider if you are interested in a Formula Ford is trying them on, because they're much like a pair of shoes. It is a tight cockpit in this car, and you need to make sure that you physically fit. Luckily, I fit this car very nicely. So this one has an inboard suspension system, as you can see, with the springs and shocks mounted in the middle of the frame. We'll go over the suspension in another video. A very tight, very narrow cockpit. The seat is not currently installed. However, you can see the seatbelt system. And I'll run through all the safety equipment required and all the features again in another video. Very tight little instrument panel with everything we need. A manual shifter for the 4-speed manual gearbox. Side pods, which will be installed later. There's one radiator for cooling on each side pod, as well as an oil cooler. Coming around the back, you can see the tubular frame stops fairly close to the roll bar. With these cars, the rear suspension is attached to the transmission, as you can see. This is a transaxle, the differential and the transmission all in one unit. Very easy to work on these, take them apart, change the gear ratios. We could cover that in a video as well. So the suspension is actually mounted on the transmission, not the frame. The transmission is bolted to a bell housing, a magnesium bell housing in this case. And this not only acts as the connection between the engine, this is obviously where the clutch and flywheel go, but it also serves as the oil tank and oil reservoir for the engine, which is why there are so many fittings and hoses hanging off of it.